for Fran, Sisco!
Good video.
Hi, everybody. Let's give it up for Bob doing such a great job here.
Yay, Fran!
Okay, so my name is Fran Sisco, as Bob just said. I'm a transgender female. I like women. I have a thing. Even Hallmark doesn't have a card for that.
Yeah.
You know, there are 3 genders, not 2. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and trans women like me are from the meatpacking district. You know, I've transitioned about 5.5 years ago, and I love being a trans female. I'm really having the time of my life. It's really fantastic. And one of the reasons is because it makes me feel young. I think I look younger. How do I look? Do I look all right?
Yeah! Go, Dad.
And I feel young. So here's an example of why I feel young. This happens to me a lot of times. I'm in CVS, right? We're all in CVS. We're all on the line. The cashier's calling out. When you're not paying attention, I'm doing my email. She's calling, and I love to be called this. She's calling, Miss. Makes me feel so young, right? So she's calling. The guy behind me, and I'm not paying attention, the guy behind me whispers in my ear, Miss, they're calling you. I said, oh my God, he thinks I'm a young girl, calls me Miss. The cashier thinks it, now the whole store thinks I'm young. I'm all excited. I run up to the register like this, you know, feeling great.
Funny.
I get up to the cashier. She sees me close up, all the wrinkles and everything, and she says, oh, CVS card, ma'am. It so startled me, I accidentally went into my male voice and I said, here you go. And she says, oh, thank you, sir. So here it is, I went from the heaven of Miss to the purgatory of ma'am to the hell of sir in 1 minute. So I'm all discouraged, I'm leaving, and just then I looked at the receipt. And the receipt said, from the computer knew I was really a woman, because the receipt said $2 off tampons. Not only a woman, but young enough to have a menstrual cycle. You like that joke? You know, another thing that I love being is I love being Italian. How many Italian Americans we have here?
Yeah.
Italian. All right, well, not that many, but how many people love Italian food?
We all do. The whole room
Italian
does.
food, right? My favorite, I brought up a little visual aid to help me out.
Visually.
Showing you. Many people, or some people don't know what braciole is. Who knows what braciole is?
Yeah, we know.
Right? So I brought a little visual aid here. It's rolled meat, okay? And this is what it looks like. You see that? Well, you know, for you in the back, maybe that's a little bit clearer.
Big one.
You know, not because you like it, not because you're in the back, because you like it bigger, you know?
Because you like it.
Anyway, I want to tell you something. All 4 of my grandparents were Italian, but I'll tell you this. I love braciole. And no matter how much I transition from male to female, and I'm on hormones for 2 years, I ain't giving up my braciole. I'm keeping that baby. It could come in handy someday, or come in hand. And you know, that reminds me, every time I talk about my braciole, I think of The Wall and Pink Floyd's song from years ago, Another Brick in the Wall, and you know that da 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 da. Remember that? We don't need no operation. We don't need organ control. No confrontation in the bathroom. Hey, people, leave my thing alone. Hey, people, leave my thing alone. All in all, it's just a little pipe and 2 balls. some people say, what are your challenges, being a trans girl, and how's your family dealing with it? My daughter Kelly is in the audience. Give me a hand for my daughter Kelly. She's been very supportive all the way. My wife hates this. My wife just hates this. But my parents passed away, not because of this, but not because. Although I don't. But I remember my mom. My name was Frankie in her mind, but when I transitioned it became Fran. My last name is Sisco. So one day I go over to see her, and she had a little bit of dementia at that point, but she says to me, and she called me by my name Fran now. She said, "Fran, you look good today." I felt like $1 million. She said, "Yeah, you even have a glow about you." I said, "Mom, you think I'm pregnant?" She said, "You are?" I said, "Mom, I can't be pregnant." She says, "Oh, that's right. You're too old." My father is, he ended up being more understanding than I thought, but I didn't think that there would ever be a way that I could say to my father, an Italian macho guy, "Hey, Dad, I really love to put on a dress. I love to wear a bra. I love to wear a cincher. I like the feeling of stockings." I didn't think I'd ever be able to say that to him. So I figured I'd break it to him little by little. So I said to him, "Dad, you know about this LGBT thing, I figured I'd ease into it with that." He says, "Oh, yeah, I think I heard of that." He says, "I thought it was in another order, but yeah, I think I heard of that." I said, "Well, what?" He says, "You know what? I tried that." I said, "Dad, you tried that? LGBT?" He says, "Yeah, I tried it. It was in another order. I didn't really like it. I liked the bacon, lettuce, and tomato, but I hated the gorgonzola cheese."
Gorgonzola.
Another question that's asked, that one is the main question: did you have the operation yet? I can't stand that question. The other question is, sorry?
I said you can't stand that question.
Right. The other question is, which bathroom do you use? And of course, I use the women's room. But then I realized that once in a while, I use the men's room. Because, like at a movie theater, you know how they have the two bathrooms right next to each other? If I see the line is real long for the women's room, what I do now is I put my hands over my head and I go into the men's room and I say, "Alert! Transgender woman coming! North Carolina rules!" And I go in and they accept me in there. I have a bathroom story to tell you.
This is the one I like.
Do you want to hear this
Yes.
bathroom story? All right, I had to go. You know when you have to go, you have to go, right? So I'm in the city and there's no place to go. So what I do, I went into this little restaurant. The guy saw that I had to go. He says, "Yeah, go in the back." There was a woman's room in the back. I went in. There's only 2 stalls. So I go into one of the stalls and I didn't have time to pull my cincher down and pantyhose down, put the paper down. Since then I learned about hovering and stuff. But I didn't have time. So what I did is I just pulled out my skirt, took it out, and I started going into the toilet bowl, right? Just as I was doing that, I hear the door. Someone come in. I says, "Oh my God, she's going to see that my feet are pointing this way and her feet are pointing that way, and she's going to say, 'Oh, there's a rapist next to me, a man that's dressed as a woman,' and he's going to." So I got so worried about it, I figured I got to turn around right away so she doesn't see my feet. So what I did is I started turning and I accidentally touched my penis, and it started squirting. And it started squirting on the wall, that partition. And then it was going toward my pocketbook. So I kicked my pocketbook out of the way, and the lipstick and the mascara fell out of the pocketbook and rolling underneath the partition. So I reached good thing I had, my nails done, so I reached my hand in under the partition and I said, in my best female voice, I said, "Oh, excuse me." And then the voice came back, "Oh, that's all right." There was another trans girl next to me. All right, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Love the place, love the community. Chris. Love you, bud.
Yay, Fran Sisco!
Cisco's cuts up against me. Look at him fucking around. My God, he's great.
Fran
Keep
Sisco!
it going. That was your debut.
Yay!
Let me keep it going. We have another regular here. Very, very funny. She's hilarious. You're going to give it up for Alyssa Jackson, everybody. Let her hear it. Let her hear it.